much like fake it till you make it, because I learned that I had this conversation with somebody the other day. We were talking about luck and like what role luck plays in business. And I really do think that luck, I'm realizing more and more, I think luck plays a much more significant role, but it's a byproduct of being able to take advantage of certain opportunities. Like you still have to be prepared. You still have to work hard. And then you find that maybe you have more lucky breaks. Like you meet someone who connects you with somebody, right? Maybe you wouldn't have met them had you not put yourself out there and like gone to certain events and had certain experiences. So you still had to be there. It was lucky that you met that person, or it was lucky that you built that relationship, but you still had to engage in the conversation, right? You still had to be at the table.
Yep.
So it's kind of like twofold in that sense. But early on, I mean, listen, we started as a video company. We do video for anyone. We would do anything. We would do, it didn't matter if it was a wedding, it was a soccer tournament, it was a video for Coca-Cola. Like like the one you're referencing in the book, I talk about that for our first big corporate client. Like I don't name him, but it was Coca-Cola. I think at this point, like it was supposed, I don't know, maybe the NDA's run out at this point. If it hasn't, it is what it is. They can find me.
Well, they heard it here first. That's all right. Mike.
Exactly. So this was right around like the FIFA World Cup, and they were producing a lot of content. They were contracting with a lot of different agencies. I had met someone that introduced me to a member of like Coke's digital team, and they were going to give us an opportunity to produce some content for the FIFA World Cup. And they said, well, one of our policies, like, we just want to be able to meet your team. Can we stop by your office? I did not have a team. None of those things really existed. So I called my friends. We went and bought a bunch of iMacs at the Apple store. I put them on my credit card. My friends showed up. I'm like, look, you guys got to look dialed in. We couldn't afford any of the editing software, like any of the Adobe Creative Suite. So we just took like screenshots and made it the background of the screens. And Coke walks in. Everyone's dialed in. I'm like, you guys aren't allowed to answer any questions. So like, just stay dialed in. They come in and say, man, your team's so focused. I'm like, yeah, this is how we work. We work hard. We don't bullshit around here. Then as soon as they left and the door closes, I'm like, pack up those iMacs, right? We're going right back to the Apple store and returning these things. So that's where it started. The ironic thing is like today, it's like I'll go downstairs in the office and it's like we've got, I think like 30 to 35 like editors down there, and it legit looks like an Apple store, right? Which is like we got like every Apple product, but back then, I mean, I look back at that and someone asked me, like, yeah, but should you have done that, right? Was that like deceitful or whatever? Like, I felt that if we got that project, I mean, you still have to execute on it, right? You still had to do the work. You still had to do it well, but no one was going to give somebody an opportunity as some kid in their apartment, right? Coca-Cola certainly wasn't. And if it were not for that and being able to get that start, I don't know that, that it would have led to the next project and the next engagement and the next client. So it's like, you need the catalyst somewhere. But I think the moral of the story, more important thing is that, if you do get an opportunity like that, you have to execute. Because I know a lot of people that they do get an opportunity and they don't fully execute on it. They don't produce great work. They don't create a great experience. Like you have to do whatever it takes at that point, because it's table stakes to get the engagement. Then you have to actually follow through on it. And anybody can do something. I wouldn't say anyone, but like most people can do something well one time, but it's being able to repeat that and do it again and again and again every single day, day in and day out.